I am not surprised. You know, they're going to have all these condos, and is there going to be enough water? Is there going to be enough?
Smell the flowers, blow out the candles.
Take a big breath. But you're supposed to let it out.
Right. Smell the flowers, blow out the candles.
You can let it out now.
So tell me about the Estero Bay Aquatic Preserve. That's the one thing you can be very proud of, Bill. It's the one thing you can be very proud of. The Estero Bay Aquatic Preserve.
Yeah, like that.
That's your legacy.
The commercial fishermen have a party for my name, and I was the one that saved their fishing grounds and
Yep.
Well, I knew that it was a very critical thing to save the aquatic preserve.
I know where that picture and that picture was taken, both of them. I know where both of those pictures were taken.
Yeah.
That's 908.
Yeah.
Isn't that a picture of 908?
He looks at that every time he comes out of the bathroom.
He should be proud,
Yes.
Sydney. I mean,
I know, really.
Rocky Bay.
yeah, Rocky Bay.
Rocky Bay.
That's just, you know where that is. That's just north of Mound Key.
There, I know.
In Rocky Bay.
Rocky Bay.
Inside of Estero Bay. God, he's
They call it
crazy.
Rocky Bay, but
Crazy
it's
brilliant.
not rocks, it's oysters.
It's oysters. No, you're right. You've never told me that you knew where that was. That is in Rocky Bay. Looking southwest. Yep. That's crazy that he knew that. That's insane.
Popped out of his memory, didn't it?
That is Rocky Bay. Looking
I'm
south.
proud of a few things I've done.
But see, if you and your brother left, you both leave if you went to North Carolina. You'd have each other.
Well, my other brother's up there.
Estero Bay.
Oh, that's right.
Well, he's in South Carolina.
That's right.
I can't believe he knew that was Rocky Bay. He's never told me that. He's never told me that he knew where that was. So here's a cool story. You know who Clyde Butcher is, though?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yep.
when we did the event in 2006, we contacted Clyde Butcher, and we said, do you have any black and whites of Estero Bay? And he's like, yeah, let me look through my files. So he gives us 3 pictures. All 3 of them are in like May 1994. They're dated like May 1994, 1995. It was before Clyde really became super popular. So he looks at the date. I look at the date, and I'm like, this is impossible. So as a young ranger, I was asked with Arden Ardenton to take Clyde Butcher out to Mound Key. So I took him in the ranger boat, and we were on our way to Mound Key, and I took the long way to Mound Key, and he stopped. He said, I want a picture of that. That photo was taken when I was on the boat with him. Is that insane? Because I matched the date up, because I had a DAR, it's called a daily activity report, and I was like, I looked through my files, because back then I kept everything, and it said, tour of Mound Key with Arden Arrington and Clyde Butcher. That was what I did that day, and it was like May 19th, 1990. It was probably 95 or 6, actually. And I was like, when I was first doing the first event, all those little things were like meshing in. And we did the first event, it was December 8th, 2006. When I was looking through the archives in the Lee County notes of the county commissioners, it was December 8th, 1996 that Lee County stamped and dated the document that said Estero Bay is now designated as aquatic preserve. It was like literally to the day. And we didn't plan that. We just picked December 8th because we're like, oh, you know, good time to have a, and it was signed into the Lee County. Of course, there was other documents. The state had a different document, but December 8th, 1996, I still have it. It's got a stamp designating Lee County, Estero Bay as an aquatic preserve. The first one in Florida.
As a matter of fact, they in California.
That's right.
Started doing it.
That's right.
The fishermen, even out in California, and they wanted to throw a party for me.
There's an Estero Bay in California.
Well, I may have done a few things to help. I don't know now.
I think you did a lot. I think you did quite a bit. I'm glad we were able to honor you and Pat. I'm glad we were able to honor you and Pat. Hey, Bart. How you doing?
I'm in a big hurry.
That's all right.
I like that idea.
That was an exciting time, wasn't it?
Yeah, I got to take him out in my boat a few times. And that was like years ago. Every time he said he wanted to go, Pat's like, no, he's gonna have a heart attack. I said, Pat, I said, if he has a heart attack and falls out of my boat, that's probably the best thing that could ever happen to him. If I was gonna die somewhere, I'd want to do it on Estero Bay. Yeah, we had some good times out in the boat. Remember we went to number 6? Remember when we went to number 6?
Yeah. Well, I hope I've done something good in my life. I don't know. A guy asked me, well, what does it take to do that? I said, there's one big important thing you got to do. What's that? I said, get out of bed in the morning.
Oh, sometimes it's not that easy to do it, is it?
Happy birthday. 100 Estero Bay Aquatic Preserve.
My picture like that on my wall in the left-hand corner is a picture of Bill and Pat. Accepting, like I got Pat roses accepting the, you know, like we just kind of honored them.
Yeah, who would have thought that Pat would go first?
I know. She had him. Yeah, she had him 1 foot in the grave for years. My mom had the same thing. She had my dad 1 foot in the grave since I was in high school. Since he lived to be 92.
Since you were in high school, it's too much.